It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're back just in time because it's time for us to check out what's happening on the big screens. And Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris has been delighting South African moviegoers for a week now. And at its release, we proudly brought you JP Sebastian's interviews.
Oh man, he has done such a sterling job. He chatted to supporting actors Lambert Wilson and Lucas, and now he's about to sit down with the titular character's bestie, and we're about to get a taste of what it went into to make this incredible film as he sits down with Ellen Thomas, a stalwart within the field, and we know that he's going to do it brilliantly. Take a look at this.
For Expresso, my name is JP Sebastian. Ellen Thomas, it's really a pleasure to be speaking with you today.
Thank you, JP.
Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris was a delight, and in large part thanks to your whole dynamic that all of you bring to it, and yourself included. So throughout the movie, Mrs. Harris is described as a bit of a dreamer, and at times you can think of her as a fairy godmother. How would you describe Violet's character in Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris?
Yeah, Vi's no nonsense. Tell it like it is. But also fun. Also fun. Likes to have a good time. Yeah. Life is for living, says Vi. Yes. Live it.
It's really beautiful, in fact, that, I mean, now this isn't even my questions, but I think about the fact that there's no sense in which, of course, they're human, sure, they have their downs and whatever, but neither Violet nor Ada feel sorry for themselves in any way.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know,
I think that's an important creative decision, yeah.
Yeah. Life's too short to do that, so just get on with it. That's a very British, very British thing. Yes.
Yeah, and now if you're going to talk about something being very British, what I found really heartening about this movie is that I feel like there is an England that we see here that is diverse. An England that is the back alleys of the blue collar that I really appreciate, and it feels hopeful. What would you say are some of the lessons in that kind of representation of Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris?
Oh, I love that. That's the reality that was then in the 50s, and it's time that we see it on screen.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Time we saw that, and I'm really happy that we do in this movie. Yes, yes. And also you get a snapshot of London, England, London, Battersea. Yeah. And all the beautiful bridges and everything else. Yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
that opening shot of that beautiful bridge.
Oh, isn't it just? Yeah.
It's so dreamlike through the fog and all of that. But speaking of dreamlike as well, I'm a guy who absolutely did not expect to find myself welling up for this movie. Gee whiz. That's a win for you. And tears for me. That recitation of that first letter, which I'm not going to describe to anyone so we don't spoil it, got me all fogged up. Now, what was it like? You're deeply talented in yourself. I don't need to tell you that, ma'am. But working with Leslie Manville on this movie, jeez, what a knockout!
Yes. Oh, we had fun. What you see on screen, we had. It was real. And luckily, we didn't have to force it. It happened organically, which was really lovely. And again, I think that stemmed from the director and the producers down and the set. All of it, Jenny's costumes, all contributed to this lovely energy on set of telling this powerful story about friendships and love and all of that. It was real. It was lovely. I'm feeling very blessed.
It comes through in that it's not just a romance in the sense of, say, whether erotic or physical attraction or anything like that, but there's really a sense of romance across people rooting for each other.
Yes.
Rooting for...
Yes.
That's a warm feeling. It really gives me a lot of... It's like quite a hopeful movie for that reason.
Yeah.
Real quickly, your chemistry together is adorable. But aside from it being obviously organic, like you say, it's just off the cuff kind of thing, you guys spend time co-creating and crafting. Other actors you might ask, oh, how did you build this character? But you guys work together on that dynamic.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of history. How did that work out? And what is the history?
We did that individually, and then when we got on set, rehearsal. And the whole talking process of this is who they are and this is how they relate to each other, and in a situation like this is how they behave. We did all of that. Yes. Again, from director Tony Fabian. It was super easy. It was lovely. Yeah.
And it's so particular, and that hard work comes through. I mean, the same thing goes for Lucas Bravo. He was saying as well, like he's loaded this character with a history of its own and whatever. And like I said, you can see that, and in other movies you talk about the character just having that, but there's definitely a dynamic that is its own unit, and that's why I think it has a good ring to it. Maybe The Adventures of Ada and Violet. What do you think?
I
There
think
should be
so.
sequels.
I'm up for that. And South Africa should be on the list of places that we visit.
Especially with, and sorry to be a downer right at the end like this, but like with a story that's as crucial as this, with highlighting highly exploited domestic workers across the world. In the shadow of things like Roma and Parasite, I think
Yes.
Mrs. Harris adds to that conversation really importantly, not just, like you were saying, the diversity of the 50s and all that
Yes.
kind of business.
Yes,
But
empowering people in her own little way. Absolutely. Inspiring and empowering. That is crucial. So we're coming to South Africa. Says she,
Absolutely.
keeping everything crossed, I hope. I'd love to visit.
Plenty of strikes to be had here too. We'll arrange a whole union for you. Ellen Thomas, thank you so much for yours. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate
Thanks,
it.
JP.
A
Have a lovely
delightful
day.
movie. Thank you guys.